Okay, so day one walkthrough. I've just been brushing. It's the brush. And so I didn't want to do this task day one, but I had lots of woodlouse, cochinillas in Spanish. And this was absolutely crawling with them. Well, they're all inside the house, and I thought, why are there so many woodlouse? And you got an ant there taking a dead woodlouse. Well, maybe dead. And this whole floor was covered. You can see these stones. Some hard brushing with a soft brush. Because they'd cut this grass for me, just so I could get to the entrance, but they'd left it in situ. And so it was like, it was alive, like a walking rug. So yeah, there's still some refugees from this morning's clear out. And well, I've fixed them. So yeah, walk through. So this is the entrance. Ta-da! Nice bougainvillea, nice entrance. So it's the 17th century, 18th century, 1700s farmhouse. Got a new roof. They've redone the windows recently. I bought it in quite an internal poor state. But yeah, I've got these herraduras, horseshoes, hard irons, and the luck, bad words and luck fall off the upside down horseshoe. Or the upside down ones catch it as these are the right way up, whatever they are. So the bad words and the bad luck falls off as you enter the entrance. Massive iron door. They've left a lot of things for me, which is good for now, for sure. Some old furniture. One old table. Two old tables. We've got more seating up here. I have to open all of these, let the light in a bit. But you shut all the shutters when the sun comes. It's coming up to 11 AM. So this is an old fireplace, so you can sit here in winter, where it's down about 15 Celsius or 10 Celsius at night. And that just goes straight up out. And you can even cook on this thing. Got a couple of pans here. So yeah, be nice. And then very big room. It's 3,000 square feet or something. So it's got two downstairs bedrooms. I don't know where the bloody light switch is. There it is. This is one of them. I'll go on a different angle mode. Zoom out angle mode. So you can tell it's fairly of antiquity. They've got things like these where they would just hang clothes, or this actually, it was two cottages, maybe three cottages. So this was a front door. So they sealed the front door up, I think in like the early 80s. And then they're using it as a wardrobe store now. But you can see how thick the walls are. 2 or 3 feet thick everywhere. And they could just carve stuff out of them. When you want a bookshelf, just carve it out the wall. Don't always keep candles, just carve it out the wall. So yeah, that's one downstairs bedroom. And then back in here, these are one of the things where they used to hang pigs off, apparently. They've got a few of them. And the whole village would, or all the local cousins and everyone would come round if you killed a pig, because you had to eat it all at once. There was no refrigeration. It's another hanging thing. They just had planted into the wall. Kitchen, broken fridge, so the water wasn't working, and when I offered, so I thought I'd have to fix all the water, and they bloody mended it between me offering my low ball and them accepting it, and then me arriving here and buying it. This is the downstairs bedroom. Again, got things carved out and into the wall. Very sweet. And yeah, it's got these shutters for now. Most of the floor is tiled like this, so it keeps it relatively cool. And it's still hot. It's like, I think it's 30, 34 down at the beach, which is 45 minutes away. Up here in the hills, we're about 500 meters high. So maybe it's only 28 to 30, 32 up here. Oh yeah, so there's a ladle there they left me. Left me all sorts. It's that ladle, nice old ladle. Yeah, that I'm showing you because they used to keep and store their own olive oil here. So this isn't apparently an olive oil store or something. And then again, everyone would come here to this farm and get them out of here. Bloody heavy. No, that isn't heavy, but it's bloody solid. Yeah, don't look in there just yet. Another storeroom to hang things off. I mean, some of this isn't in great shape, but I mean, it's all solid wood. There's a little bit of maybe mould and blacking in it on it. There's some tiles here that need to be put back. They've been off, they were fixing the plumbing. So yeah, it's got an actual working toilet, working shower, working sink, working thermonuclear power station. That heats the water up. Some of the old tools again. I don't know if that's for the pizza oven. Let me show you that whilst we're downstairs. So there's like a bread oven-y thing outside. It's obviously very sweet. I think it's a relatively recent addition. But yeah, they said just put the wood in here, wait until the ceiling goes white, and then so once you've tried the bread in here, you won't want to go back. So yeah, seems relatively up together. A little hole at the back there, don't know what that's for. Probably to superheat the not sure what that was for. It's a water butt. Obviously a bit of concrete and mess outside. So the farm is 22 acres or 10 hectares. And then basically, very, very briefly, that hill there, there's a little road goes up just here. There's one other neighbour here, Manolo. He's a cousin, obviously everyone's a cousin here. That's all almonds. And then, oh right, this is the Aljibe, which is a big cistern. So they built this, 40,000 litres. I'm going to do a nice painting on here, I think. And then it's quite sharp terrain, maybe 30 to 40% gradient. And then down in there, this takes about 40,000 litres, yeah. Down in there, there is a like an ancient spring cave well called an Alcubilla. And then everyone would come here if there was droughts and get water from there because it would never fail. It's an old Moorish word, Arabic word, meaning like the covered little cave or something. A lot of Moorish words around here. We're in Andalusia, Al-Andalusia. So yeah, anything with an Al was very much named during the several hundred years of Arabic ownership here. Yeah, my goes down there. This side, so I don't own this hill, but I do own I own all this bit down here in the valley, and then this whole next hill from there. It goes on and on and on. So that is the extent. So this is the rear. So obviously it doesn't look quite as, well, not that the front looks up together, but this is even more a bit patchy in terms of, was old stone and old limestone and mortar. And then they've used a lot more cement, I think, and patched it. But I can get a paint that will then let limestone take on top. So maybe I can get a uniform look. It's all to be discovered. This is like a wood store. That's just been built out of bricks and covered over roughly. Yeah, and then it's a lovely colour on this far wall here. It's got electricity. That came about 25 years ago. So the brothers and sisters telling it to me were about 60 to 75 years old, 6 or 7 of them, and they inherited it from their parents. They all grew up here, and they didn't have electricity here. They remember coming here when they were students. A couple of them went off to university and became teachers, and they'd come back and they'd be like, oh yeah, no electricity at home, forgot. There's a bougainvillea. This is common throughout the Latin countries. Lovely. There's just for completion's sake, there's an old stable, estabillo. So they used to have a horse or two in there, and then at some stage they also had chickens in there instead. Then there's these little roads that go rough and around. You could technically get a car down them. You used to be able to. Some of the roads have fallen in. So one of my ideas is to get a mini excavator. One, to help with all the terracing on all of the hills. Some of that might need re-terracing. But I'm just doing the house. So yeah, roads down there. Mess to clean up. Some tiles, roof tiles, which I could use. This end wall it's actually going damp. So I don't know if you can see, but there's a ridge sort of a third of the way up the top floor. It comes out of it, and it's just absorbing all the water, I think. I often mention this. This is the broken in grey water, so that's a PUI job to sort out. It'd be horrible, but yeah, grey water goes in there. It's like an organic process. It's so big, it easily handles 6 people. Obviously toilet paper goes, it's sort of typical Spanish or Latin near the sea style. You don't use toilet paper down the toilet, it just goes in a bin, and you either incinerate that or throw it into the council bins. Right, I'll go back in the house. But yeah, it's heating up. I just saw a massive eagle, and must be about 10-foot wingspan. Really amazing to see that on my first day here. More upside down shoes, horseshoes. I can't remember where we were in the inside tour, but we've done all that, done the bathroom. I'll go upstairs. It's got the 2 bedrooms downstairs. This is like a middle area. I'll just go on a wider angle. What it is. So yeah, it's just a storeroom. A few steps down. So put some stuff in there. A lot of cleaning on the top of that roof. A bit yucky. And then to the right is one of the big bedrooms. And they used to have like 24 people stay here. National holidays, and all the kids would stay here. So they'd have a great time. And a lot of them didn't want the parents to sell it. There were some last minute offers from some of the kids in Madrid saying we will buy it. But they'd already decided to go ahead and sell it to me. Upstairs bathroom, all fairly new, fairly clean. So that's all good to know. Just need to get a light on there. Windows, very pretty. I'm happy with all the quirkiness. Other people say, oh, why all the windows are wonky? I'm like, and they're all different shapes and sizes. Fine by me, really like it. Generally have had house martins. These are all abandoned nests. I might take some of these, they look very sweet. And put them above the fireplace or something, or somewhere on display. I saw that in the redwood forests. They had all different bird nests on display. They're quite high ceilings. It's all sort of fairly brand new roof, 12 years old. The entire thing's been done. Every single room's got that. So you can see. I've mentioned already, it's like 3,000 square foot. Just one of the other bedrooms. You can see like the state of the walls here. bit of rising damp or damp and cracks, and don't know what this is, but yeah, definitely needs a paint at the minimum, and maybe that's like water ingress even. So I'll have to have a check as to what's going on with those. They look a bit worse for wear, those few planks. So maybe the tile above it, because they're finished really flush with the building, so there's no overhang on the roof. So I don't know why it's finished like that, but it was. Again, just cut. I feel like an old, can't be a door because it's for the first floor, but just massive thick walls that can just cut armories, wardrobes out of. Hello. I've shown you that, and that. Oh, I haven't been in these ones. So yeah, like an upstairs, obviously, lounge. And it's another bedroom. So I've got my first night IKEA mattress and basic bed set. I already got stung last night by a mozzie. I opened this window, it was very still. Can see the sea out there on clear days, but with these windows being in such thick walls, you actually can't get an angle to see it. So maybe a future job, because this whole property is like very peculiarly registered. So there's various different ways to paperwork you need in Spain, but the Escritura had just the house and about 5 acres. Then there's all these other plots on the cadastral, and they account for up to 22 acres. But if I want to do anything, I need to get them all registered. And if I did any work or extensions, like there's C's there. So if I was to sort of somehow make this into a sort of nice windowy balcony area and transform this into more of a master bedroom, I'll get my ass spanked if I try to do that before getting all registered as a whole first. Yeah, so that's it. There was 4 bedrooms upstairs, 2 down. Big hallway, these old doors. Nice thick old door. Have to duck your head a little bit. I'm only 5'8" or 7 or whatever I am, but I don't need to generally duck on most of these. I've got to duck on the way out because the floor is about 2 inches difference here. So I duck on the way out, otherwise I hit my head on that big old door. Huge hole in for a lock. Yeah. It's almost like an adobe house. There's so much carved out of it. Oh, and then that's the end of the tour of my house. Quick interesting fact. This is one of the only pictures they left, and I said to the estate agent when I was going around, this is one of my favourite ever paintings. It's a Dali, and I remembered it as being, I knew it was held in Scotland, and I knew it had been ripped by some crazy person ripped it. So yeah, it's the Dali, and it's Christ. I was discussing with the owners. I said, "Oh, it's John Baptist. It's Saint John. It's Saint John." They said, "No, it's Christ." I said, "I think it's meant to be Saint John on the cross, though." And they said, "No, it's Christ on the cross." So like a stupid. Saint John the Baptist got beheaded, but it is titled Cristo San Juan de la Cruz, Christ, Saint John of the Cross, because there was a similarish painting from a 16th century mystic Spanish hero guy called Saint John of the Cross, and that influenced Dali to make it. So yeah, I text the one of the old owner's sons that I was discussing with, and he happened to be one of his favourite Spanish characters, this San Juan de la Cruz. So yeah, very interesting. And he sent some documents to some guy in John Richmond, and that's who Tolkien based Aragorn off. So maybe I'll put the if anyone wants information on that, I can put the information to you. I'll dig out the correct name, I mean. It's like John Richmond. Right, that's the end of my tour. That is the house as I bought it day one-ish. Take care.